A golden cross is coming right now on our weekly charts for Bitcoin. This and much more here on Crypto Land. So if you have seen our videos in Spanish, we were talking about a death cross coming out on Bitcoin in our weekly charts. However, there's something called the EMA ribbon, which is many EMAs together that are much more stronger than just the cross of the EMA 50 and the EMA 20. This means that when we see a cross of the EMA ribbon, as we saw on the week of the 12th of June, we can start looking forward for the big Bitcoin price moving to the upside in a very drastic way. For example, here on the 27th of April of 2020, we saw a big push after we saw a golden cross. When the EMAs crossed each other from the downside to the upside, we saw a very big movement that was around 811%. However, as it goes up, it can also go down. On May of 2022, we saw a death cross come together, and this death cross had a movement to the downside of around 68%. This is quite interesting because every time when we see a cross, a death cross or a golden cross, when we see our EMAs cross each other, it's very important to start thinking about a movement in long medium term. Why? Because even though it's a very big movement, there's a lot of time that passes between one movement and another. For example, just before Golden Cross came along and then the Death Cross came along, there was 728 days in between them. So it's a movement that it's quite interesting in terms of percentage and in terms of earning. However, when we go and talk about the time of our investment, it's gonna be a lot of time. So we can start talking about investments that are not in futures, maybe spot investments that can take a lot of earnings but without taking the risk of our future contracts. Remember that if you want to go and take a go to any of our operations that we talk about here on our channel, you can go and check our friends at BYBIT, which are giving around $30,000 of bonuses. And also our friends of Stormgain, they're giving around 20 bucks for you just if you enter 100 USDT to your app and start trading right now. So don't stop, and let's go now to analyze Ethereum. Ethereum in daily, it's quite interesting because we're seeing some patterns of reversion. We can see this because the price of Ethereum went down, right? However, the volume is also decreasing, which creates divergence. You can see how the volume is decreasing whilst our price is going much down than what we saw before, as well as the RSI, the relative strength index, it's going up. We're losing strength of the price whilst the price is going down. So this is a clear site of divergence, which means that in the future days, we might see a strong movement to the upside. This movement could be positive. However, if we start analyzing it on a greater scale, we can see that in daily, there is a big gap of liquidity in 1,275, which means that possibly after this upside rally that we're gonna watch, there's a very high possibility that Ethereum will go down to 1,275 USD, which can be very bearish for Ethereum. So well, wrapping up with that, you can remember that if you ever want to try out our Telegram channels, we are gonna leave them down in our description down below. There you can have our operations instantly on the day we do them with all of our traders here in Crypto Land. And remember, please to subscribe, hit that bell button, and stay tuned to all of our videos. Bye bye, Crypto Land.